Disney has the best shows on there, and definitely Marvel has done a great job with like having really good shows. To me, my favorite show on Marvel show, it has to be Loki, because Loki is something that I really want to learn more about, like the whole timeline and the multiverse and how that ties in, and Kang the Conqueror. I want to, like, I was so we'll talk about it later, but man,
Most definitely.
actually we'll talk about it right now, man, because I was so surprised that they didn't include it in Doctor Strange.
Well,
But
you think about it. What the
wait,
whole
this
Disney Plus? What I
before
like.
we keep talking, before we
Go
keep
ahead. Go ahead.
talking about Doctor Strange. Are we going to talk about Doctor Strange now, or are we going to talk about it after you say this? Because we got to
Let's.
let people know that, hey, we got to tell them that, hey, this is a spoiler.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoilers.
Let me just say what I'm gonna say. The best things about what Disney Plus is doing is giving us a universe that it doesn't have to only be in the movies.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's giving us like, hey, let me give you a couple of shows of the non lesser characters and keep the big characters for movies. Because Moon Knight was, I will say, and I love it, that is more of a show character. Because he
Yeah.
has so much depth into his character that you need to dive into. I love it how they introduced Loki in the movies and then made a show and show more depth of Loki. The same thing with Wanda. They gave us Wanda in the movies, and so did Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we got more in depth of this of the secondary characters because we know about Captain America, we know about Iron Man, we know about Thor, but the
Yeah.
shows said, "Hey, let me
Let's
give
set
you
up like
deeper."
let's set up Yeah, let's set up these universes by going deeper into the stories of these characters.
Yeah, like Phase
And
Four
that's
came
why,
out hard. Phase Four came out
yeah,
hard. Like Phase
yeah.
Four
I
was
think
like,
I just got this realization.
mhm.
I think, like, I was gonna ask you, like, do you think that Phase Four and the whole multiverse is getting convoluted? Do you think it's like getting too much to not go anywhere? I was gonna say this at the end, but do you think it's getting too convoluted where it's not leading up to anything, or do you think that it's important to explore these characters and have these shows, like, exactly, like, people are just have had too many expectations for Doctor Strange. I'm sorry, but I think people have too many expectations for Doctor Strange, and I just think we just got to enjoy these shows, man. Enjoy
Yeah,
these shows, because yes, they are going to connect to the movies, but not every single show is going to connect to one movie. It's,
correct, correct.
yeah,
Like Moon Knight is not directly connected to the multiverse, but it could be connected directly to Blade because Blade is into the
well,
supernatural.
yeah, it is part of still the multi. Exactly. It was not connected to MOM. It's not connected to MOM at
Yeah,
all.
it's not
But
connected to the main current line, but it's connected in the same universe.
yeah,
And what I like about, like you said, about this universe of this Marvel cinematic universe is that it's like the comic books. When you read a comic book, you're not reading a comic book. You read Iron Man and he has his own story and he fights a villain. It doesn't mean that all these other characters are gonna come into his comic book. So what I like about the movie is like this is an Iron Man movie. We're gonna keep it just Iron Man. This is a Captain America
yeah,
movie. Whatever, whatever. And then they're gonna go into the team ups like the Avengers, Eternals, future franchise or whatever we're gonna have in the
yeah,
future. So it kind of all connects, but then you also got to think about it as if you're a comic book reader, you understand what I'm saying. Every comic book, even though they're titled, they're all connected because they're in the same world. They don't have to directly connect. The stories don't have to directly connect to what the bigger picture is gonna be.
yeah. Like, people were saying that, like, I think Wanda's character was like the show and Wanda in the movie. Like, I think people were like, hey, it needs to be directly connected. Like, they thought it was a little too rushed, and I think it, in a sense, it was in certain ways, But in terms of the way WandaVision ended and how Wanda is in the movie, it made sense. But I agree where folks were saying that, oh, we want to like Wanda is a very complex Marvel character, man. You know this. She's
Yeah.
a very complex
You know
Marvel
what? Before we
character,
keep on
and
going, let's just dive into Doctor Strange because
man,
it's
man,
kind of
hold
like
on.
leading into it.
I thought we were already diving in.
But right before we say that, guys, we are gonna go into Doctor Strange, and they're gonna be major spoilers.
Let me
We're
just go
just
back, but let me just go back to the Wanda thing because I want
Yeah,
to
no,
finish
no,
that.
go back. Definitely go back to the Wanda thing because
Yeah. So
I
just
love what
spoil.
you were saying.
All right.
I love what you were saying about the Wanda
And
thing.
I thought people already knew we were going. So hey, if you didn't see the movie, definitely stop 10 minutes ago.
Yes,
But man, like, what do you think? Do you think Wanda? They do you think they justified her like her heel turn in the whole in this movie
I don't
with
think
the
it was
show?
rushed because if you think about it, this is my aspect. Maybe I don't know if people are gonna agree with me or not. But WandaVision was her dealing. So it all started with her dealing with the death of Vision. She was still hurt with the death of Vision.
Hmm.
Then she created her family. Then she was devastated by losing her children because she lost Vision already. She dealt with losing Vision, but now she felt like she lost something else. She's lost a part of herself, and it was her children. By the time by the time Multiverse of Madness came out, a time passed. She's already been working on how to get her children. She's been it's
Yeah,
we don't
yeah, because it ended with her getting a hold of the dark hold.
even in the movie, she said to Doctor
Well,
Strange
and the
was
ending of the show, yeah, and then in the movie, what happened? Sorry.
in the movie she mentioned when she was in the orchid, she said to him, "Oh, do you want to talk about what happened in Riverview?" And he was like, "No, I don't want to talk about what happened. That was a long time ago." So for people that think that it was rushed, no. We maybe didn't get the story of when WandaVision left Review to Doctor Strange. But hey, it doesn't mean that it has to cut off from WandaVision and go directly into Marvel. Things pat like in like real life, she went through some harsh
Yeah,
things. She found out that there's and we're going into the spoiler part. She finds out that there is a being out there that could hop universes that introducing us to America Chavez, and that's when she's like, "Hold on." And I mentioned to you this before. WandaVision came out.
yeah, man.
WandaVision came out on May 6th. Mother's Day came out on it was Sunday. Came out on Sunday. Mother's Day
Yeah,
was on Sunday. If
it
you
was
think
close.
about it,
It was close to Mother's Day.
it was it was a Mother's Day
The
gift. Think about it.
the acronym of the movie is mom.
Holy crap! I didn't even think about that till now.
Yeah, man, that's
If you think about
crazy.
it, because if you have a mother that won't do what Wanda did for her children, then she doesn't love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it
I
was
don't mean to be mean like that, but
Wanda was going hard for her kids, man.
yeah, and I mean,
How much
I'm
was
not
it?
a father.
Wait, how much was it was the Darkhold's influence, and how much was it the influence of her loving her kids? How much was it of the Darkhold controlling her or her?
I
Like
think
I
it was
said,
both.
like I said, Wanda's a complex character, man.
I
Like there's
think it
so
was
many things
both.
to. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was both. I think it was the heartbreak of her losing her children, and being in this dark place of losing somebody, especially that it comes near to you. And when you lose that person, you become this dark
You do
person.
anything.
Especially
You
if you
do
lose.
you do
Mhm.
anything to get those people back. You
Yeah,
know,
and
you do
if you have
anything.
the
So
power,
I get it. And you have the power, like you're saying, Wanda has the power to change reality and into her own universe, and which is why she wants to be able to
hmm
kidnap America Chavez so that she could see her children in another universe,
And
and then she could make that universe into. This is why Wanda is such a complex character and such a badass character, because Wanda could literally change reality around you, right? And then like not only that, imagine her having America Chavez's power and being able to do that in multiple universes. So think about how powerful Wanda is, bro. How big of a threat she was in this movie.
if you think about it, look how powerful she was when she sent a monster to get America Chavez in the beginning of the movie. That monster that was chasing Doctor Superior Strange,
Yeah,
and chasing America Chavez, getting the Book of Ashanti. That was sent by Wanda.
yeah,
So look how powerful she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and plus, if you are a magician or a wizard like she is, and
yeah,
you know that there's a possibility that you get your children back, and you know that there's a book out there that could teach you how to do that, wouldn't you yourself be like, hold on, let me get that book, let me get more powerful if I could do this? And that's what
yeah.
kind of influenced
That's what she
her to
did.
do that.
hmm That's why I think that she is the most powerful character in the MCU, and that's why I think, like, to me, this movie felt like a lot like a Wanda movie, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
It
even though
was
I
good.
sh- it was no, it was great. It was a freaking. I
It
don't
was
care
good.
what anybody
Doctor
says.
Strange was the main character, but Wanda was serving motherfuckers. She was serving people left and right. That whole fight and Kamar-Taj, that was crazy.
Oh, and everything, like, even a lot of people were saying that, oh, but there was no character development in the movie. I'm like, what are you talking about? You went from a guy, and let me give you the Doctor Strange development. He went from Doctor Strange to Avengers Infinity War to being selfish to saying, here's the stone, to doing the thing we did with Dormammu's. He always was the one that break rules. And it was one thing that Christine said, you always have to have the knife. You never wanted to have other people hold it for you. Always was the one to hold the knife.
That's why the Illuminati said Doctor Strange is the most dangerous person in the multiverse.
And it's because he was selfish. But by the end of the movie, Wong told him, take her powers. Take America Chavez's powers. And what did he say? He said, no, you can do it. He
Yeah, to
changed his
America
whole,
Chavez. Yeah.
yeah, he changed his whole character development. So if
Yes,
people were saying that
true.
there was no
True.
character development in this movie, you did not
hmm
watch the same movie I watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
even
agree.
Wanda's even Wanda's character development. It
That
went
people
from
think about it. It's a it's a Sam Raimi movie, and then people I don't think people really appreciate like how great of a director this guy was. Like, and like you said, the character development of Doctor Strange was so good at the end, seeing him be like no to America Chavez. And there were so many great things, even the do you see even the difference between the first conversation with Doctor Strange and Wanda, and then and then like you see like him there, that's the hero he can be. Like they show moments where he's like, all right, this character is exploring more about who he is. But my favorite part about something new that happened in this movie that I was like, yes, I'm so happy, was Wong being the Sorcerer Supreme. I was so fucking happy seeing Wong, man. Wong was great. I loved Wong. It was an amazing thing.
yeah. And you know what? Benedict Wong that plays Wong. Um, he was in an interview and he was like, "Hey Disney Plus, if you guys want, I want to see more development on Benedict Wong. I'm sorry, on Wong character. If you guys want to make a show with Wong, I'm all down for it." I'm like,
Nice.
listen to the guy. I want to see a Wong story.
People want it, man. People fucking want it. I love Doctor Strange. I love the universe of Doctor Strange. We got to see some characters in it. Like you mentioned, there was like some character that was in it that's from the Doctor Strange universe.
Um, well, let's talk about the one. And I know you've been holding, yeah, and you really want to talk about this one. I'll let you
There's a
go
lot of
ahead.
things.
Go ahead and tell me about the big fight. Go
And
into
that
it.
everybody, all right, everyone, if you watch the movie, you know that the most important thing that we were all looking forward to was the Illuminati. Like, who were the Illuminati characters? And like, to see like who they were was great. I love the characters they all introduced, but damn, Wanda, Wanda just
You
like
have nothing to say.
easily took care of them.
You
But
have
man,
nothing to
let's
say.
let's let's look at the list of characters that there were. Let's take a look. It
You
was
have nothing.
it
It's so
was
funny because you have nothing to say. You like they were just man. All right, so we had
we had Captain Carter, we had Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt, and also Captain Marvel. Monica Rambo's
mm-hmm,
Captain Marvel
Monica Rambeau's Captain Marvel, Professor X,
and
Mordor,
Professor X.
and
Mordor was in it.
that was a six.
Who, we,
That was
who I thought was gonna be Blade. I was like, remember in the whole like thing we were like, yo, that's Blade, that's Blade.
nope, it was
None
Mordor.
of the characters, none of the characters that I thought were gonna show up showed up. Only John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic was the one for me.
And for people, and I'm glad you brought that up because in the beginning earlier you said that the expectations of this movie was so high that people started making their own casting calls. And then when those people didn't come out, everybody was like, "This movie sucks." First of all, that was your expectations. Don't
It's not
blame
your
the
job.
don't blame the
You're not.
movie for your expectations on the characters that you wanted to see. Like it's not their fault. Don't blame Doctor Strange and the rest of the the rest of the movie. This movie sucks because they didn't bring Wolverine and Deadpool. Like, dude, that was your fault. Like, you
That's your
decided
own
to
problem.
take. You decided. One of the best cameos I would have to say for me was Mr. Fantastic because this was a fan cast that was done for years and it actually came true. And
Yes,
first of all, for
this was something
people that are
special.
mad about the Illuminati dying, saying why they died, guys, these are not our Illuminati. This was another universe. This was Universe 638. Like, who cares if they died? Like, yes, it's sad that they died, but who cares? Because they're not
There are
even our
other
universe.
there are other universes.
Yeah,
There are other
and
that like come on, like get over yourself. You're not a casting director. You're not a
and
casting
yeah,
director,
and
guys.
you're not a writer either.
I'm sorry for everyone that got disappointed in turn, but hey, you're not a casting director. Let the folks do what they need to do. They'll listen to us sometimes. I'm not saying our voice doesn't matter because our voice does matter. But I thought that introducing the Illuminati characters that they did and then killing them off was actually pretty cool to see because it just showed you how powerful Wanda was. And it gave you a sneak peek into showing you how powerful Black Bolt was. Black Bolt that was my favorite. That was to me. I didn't expect it, but Black Bolt was my favorite appearance in Multiverse of Madness. My favorite character appearance.
You know why I totally agree with you on that one. I love to see. I hope that with this Black Bolt, if people petition this correctly and ask for it, like we
Same one
could,
as in humans.
you could actually bring back. I know that the Humans came out and everybody was so disappointed with the Human show.
What wasn't that the same actor? Wasn't
I
that the same actor?
yes,
Wasn't that? Yeah,
mhm.
it was.
I actually liked the Humans. It was a pretty good show. I'm so disappointed that it was canceled. Um, it was supposed to be in the same world as Agents of Shield.
It makes me want to watch. It makes me want to watch Inhumans because to see Black Bolt just say to Doctor Strange, like the other Doctor Strange, not our Doctor Strange, and he says, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry,"
Whispering.
like whispering,
That's
and
how
then it
powerful his
just
voice is.
and bro, you just see Doctor Strange just disintegrate, like
What was the best? Okay. Oh, before I ask you this question, one of the most interesting things was when Doctor Mr. Fantastic came out. Um, John Krasinski is gonna be our main Mr. Fantastic. Why? Because when he said I'm Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, he said Doctor Strange said, "Hey, weren't you like something in the 1960s?" And there's a theory out there that um that the Fantastic movie was going to be based in the 1960s, and they get trapped in the quantum mania in the quantum realm, and then they come back in 2022. So it could be that we could have Fantastic Four in quantum in the quantum mania.
And we'll
I
see him again.
and we'll see him again.
We'll see him again.
It's a theory.
Wow.
It's a theory, but it kind of makes sense for him
Oh,
to
you
say
got me
that,
so hyped. You got me
right?
so hyped. That's pretty
But
cool.
now back to the question I was going to ask you was, what was the most gruesome death of the Illuminati?
Oh man, so many, man. First, like just Black Bolt, like just like first of all, why would Mister Fantastic tell Wanda that Black Bolt's power could kill her? Of course, that's the first character she's gonna go after. So his death was crazy with his brain getting exploded. But man, my favorite death, man, that's hard. My favorite death out of all of them, I gotta say, man, it had to be Mister Fantastic. Seeing him turned into string cheese and then his head
And
exploded.
Pop. All
And
you hear
Pop.
is all you see. The best. I'm telling you, this has some great VFX because you see you like you said, he turned him into string cheese, like a bowl of spaghetti, just like stretched them out to whatever stretching power, and then suddenly all you hear is all you hear is, and I'm like, what? And then Black Bolt was like
Oh my
blood, and I'm
god.
like,
Oh my
what?
gosh.
Now, what was the saddest one for you?
Ooh, the saddest one had to be. It had to be. It had to. I'm sorry. It had to be for me. I mentioned Black Ball earlier. That was pretty sad. Him with his mouth getting erased and then his brain getting blown up. That was crazy. That was crazy.
I
How
have to
about you, man?
say, Professor X.
Oh, I keep forgetting about Professor X, man. I like.
How many
Ah,
times can
man.
we see this guy die?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And not just that. This was supposed to be the 90s animated Professor X.
Bro, first of all, when he first walked in with the chair, did you not hear the song in the background?
Yeah, yeah, I did. That
And I was
was,
like, yes, that's the Professor X, that's 90s Professor X. I
and he,
wonder, oh man, I just thought of something. They introduced this Professor X, the 90s Professor X, in this Multiverse of Madness, right? We're supposed to
Mhm.
be getting an X-Men 97 movie. I mean, show
Yeah,
in Disney Plus. Cartoon.
yeah.
X-Men cartoon, not a remake, is that continuing of the X-Men 90s cartoon, continuing over to what happened. I wonder if the ending of that episode is gonna be him like becoming like Illuminati. Then we could actually see a connection to
Oh, about the multiverse. Him,
about the
the,
multiverse. That would be
yeah.
pretty dope if they do that.
Oh man, man. That's why I get so excited about this movie because even though people's expectations weren't met. I think Marvel did a great job with like introducing a lot of new characters and introducing like whole universes, and like that leads me to actually America Chavez because what like America Chavez I thought was great. I thought the actress performance was great in the movie. I loved that we had the first LGBTQ plus Latina live action superhero in Marvel, which is great. And I thought it was great. Those were my impressions of America Chavez, man.
Oh, I
How
think
about you?
I thought she was great. I think she did great. They showed how her there's another character development through the whole show. How she was so scared of her powers to by the end of the movie, she said, "Hold on, and this and all and this is all part of Doctor Strange. You can do it. You have the power." And she co-capped the hell out of WandaVision when she jumped off the thing and just
Yeah.
punched
I
her in the
don't
face.
I
Punched her
also
so hard that a
love
star came out from the back. Like she opened the
bro,
portal.
I was just gonna say that. I thought that was the star portal was so fucking cool. I thought it was so cool and really great. I thought it was great. You know, the CGI could have improved a little bit on that, but overall, I thought it was really cool seeing the star come out and you can see like a universe come up. You know, and so like people were saying that because she has this power, like, do you think that she deserved more of exploration before the Multiverse of Madness, or you think that it was great where she is in the movie? Like, do you think she should have showed up in a show?
No, I think that the way they introduced her here was great because if you would have had a show with her, you would have just showed like a show of her going to different universes. It would have been cool, but at the same time, you saw the character development. We got introduced to this
Yeah,
character. We saw that she was, from a scared little girl to being a hero to learning how to use magic by the end of the movie. So she's gonna be a great character. And remember, I think Phase 4 to Phase 5 is gonna lead to a younger hero team. With bringing us like the new Hawkeye. Um, in Quantumania, they're supposed to introduce the daughter of Paul Rudd of Ant Man. That also is a young Avenger. Um, what's his name from Captain America?
Isaiah Bradley's son,
Isaiah
Isaiah
Bradley.
Bradley.
So introducing those characters that we know that are young Avengers, introducing young characters, that means that this it could lead on to more in the future. So introducing
Right.
this character and now introducing Miss Marvel and going forward, how everything, man, this freaking
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, bro.
Yeah, and I think that Marvel is doing they're doing the long game. You know, they want to play the long game. They're casting these really young actors that, people don't really know about. You know, like America Chavez was great in this movie, and we hardly know about this actress. I was trying to look this person up and I couldn't really find anything. But I'm sure they were in things. But I like I said, I think that this was a great cast. I think that definitely opens up opportunities to learn more about her and also opening up doors for what's next for Marvel. You know, like you're saying with the Young
hmm
Avengers and
hmm
all that stuff.
Yeah, and there's a theory that supposedly there is gonna be a Wanda movie because at
Yeah,
the
because
ending of the movie, I don't know if you noticed, and
the little
I
red,
the little red thing, and it went up to the sky. So I think she destroyed the Darkhold
the Darkhold.
throne,
Yeah.
and I think she escaped because come on, she's Wanda. Like if Wanda disappeared into another universe, you don't think she could disappear from destructing a building falling down?
And that's why I was going back to what I was saying. I think like this character is really complex. We don't know if she used the dark hold one more time to teleport into another universe, or she just flew away somehow. But she's definitely alive, I think.
Yes. And then one of the most emotional part of the movie, and I will have to say, was when the way that America Chavez beat Wanda. It wasn't by fighting; it was a mental fight. She took her to this dimension, to the multiverse,
It was emotional, man. That was mental and emotional. Yeah,
and her kids seeing her as a monster.
really
That was
turn things
like
around. Yeah.
was the one that's when Wanda was like, "I will never hurt you," and what Wanda said to Scarlet Witch was, just think that they
No,
are
I'll
gonna.
take no. Yeah, know that I'm taking care of them,
Yes.
because even Wong said it earlier. Aren't you happy with aren't Can't you just be happy that you know that they're taken care of, that by you, by you in other universes, which was this movie had a lot of emotional things to it, from that to Doctor Strange and him letting go of the what's her name in the movie,
Christine.
and letting go of Christine,
Wow,
you
what
know,
he
and
said
putting
was,
and
bro, if you
yeah.
say that to a girl,
What'd he say? What'd he say
he
again?
said, I love you in any universe.
In any universe.
Bro,
In any.
you know what's the other interesting part? Um, and it makes me think about real life, right? He said that your dreams are you in a different universe. That's why you have those dreams.
They did
So
this.
if that is true, I'm a fucking superhero in other universes because I'm always flying and shit in my dreams. I don't know
Oh
about you,
man.
but I'll be having some crazy dreams, and I
Yeah.
have to say that I think I'm a superhero in another universe.
You see how smart these writers and Kevin Feige are, man. These people are putting on a great story for Marvel for us to see visually, like a motion picture. Like it's amazing what they're doing now with
Yeah,
Marvel, and
and
I thought that overall this movie was great, and like we're almost gonna end, but like our favorite moments, like let's just go into that, man. Like
uh,
for me, like again,
favorite
was Wong
moments.
become for me was like Mong becoming Sorcerer Supreme. For me, that was my favorite moment.
One of my favorite moment, and it's not like a movie based moment. It was more of a VFX moment. Was when, and it was a scary. First of all, Sam Raimi in horror was incredible. Um, if you guys know Sam Raimi in horror movies, you guys know about his Evil Dead and stuff like that. So he done. And talking about that real quick, Bruce Campbell tie-in.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
that was awesome.
I
That was
peep.
awesome.
Yeah, especially like you said, if you love Evil Dead and just and love, and he did cameo in Spider Man and a lot of Sam Raimi movies. So if you love Sam Raimi movie, and you love to see the Bruce Campbell
That
Evil
was a
Dead
great
cameos.
moment. Us.
And also too, when you think about it, with Evil Dead, when Evil Dead, he was hitting himself too. That my manager was saying that at my job was saying that, hey, like in the Evil Dead movie, it was like him hitting himself, and then it was so crazy because in this movie, that's what Doctor Strange does, which
Dude,
is
yes.
which is pretty cool. Like Sam Raimi is an amazing director,
And
and
that's when I go into the VFX. The part when Wanda's coming out through like the mirror part, that was kind of like the ring, kind of scary. That was pretty scary because her arm was like, and she came out, and then Doctor Strange grabbed America Chavez and went through the multiverse. The best VFX I will have to say that I've seen in a long time until Avatar comes out would have to be when they're falling through all the universes.
that was okay for me. That was okay
Really,
for
for
me.
me, it was amazing.
It
Um,
was it was good. But it wasn't like the best moment for me.
for me, it was because I'm such a visual person that when I saw
Yeah,
that, I was just like I was like a little kid watching ET for the first time. Like,
that must have been
holy
cool.
crap, you
That
know?
must have been cool. Like seeing, like, not that must have been cool because I watched the movie, duh. But it was cool seeing them go through the different universes, and it was like, were we in a paint universe, of all paint or something like that? That was pretty cool. What for me, another thing that was pretty cool
Mhm.
was the Doctor Strange versus evil Doctor Strange fight, the music fight. I liked it, but other people didn't like it.
Yes, I will have to say that would be my number two. That would be my number two favorite part was that because that was an amazing fight. He took out the music and they had the whole music fight and the whole everything. It was just amazing. Like
Yeah,
that was a
that was
magic fight.
yeah, and to see Doctor Strange to see evil Doctor Strange from What If show up on live action, like seeing how Marvel is tying that in, like man, holy shit, Kevin Feige, hire me, please. I want to be part of the MCU.
Yeah, I don't care if you want me to get you coffee. Like I'll be your coffee man, dude.
I just want to be around. I just want to be around the studio.
I will cook for you, dude. Whatever you want me to do. Hey, Thor just took a shit in the bathroom. I'll clean it. Don't worry about it, bro.
Oh,
I
clean
got
it. Don't
this.
worry about it.
But
I'll be the
yeah, bro. That whole scene was just incredible. Um,
What didn't you like, actually? I wanted to ask that. Like, what didn't you like about the movie? And it could be anything. Well,
There's,
I'll start. I'll start.
go
I'll
ahead, go
start.
ahead.
For me, I would. I. Not that I didn't like it, but I wish that they should have. They shown Vision. That would have been an impact on Wanda. Do you think, or do you think that they were mainly want to focus on the kids? But either way, I thought that it was. I thought they should have had Vision in there because Vision is part of her of who Wanda is.
Yeah,
It's
but at the
part of
same
her identity.
time, like disappearing from the end. It would be cool if they do a show on Vision on what his journey is.
Yeah, White Vision journey.
Yeah, the White Vision journey. But other than that, I didn't really have nothing that I didn't like. I actually loved the movie, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe it's because I'm such a Marvel fan and such a movie, especially an old school fan of the comic books. That this movie was one of the most from all the Marvel movies, the most comic book, not comic book accurate. I'm not trying to say that it's comic book accurate.
it was just fun. It was just
It
fun,
was
like a
yeah, it
comic
was
book.
a really fun movie and it was very comic booky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
No, yeah, I
visuals
agree.
and
Like, I think like the close-ups, everything like that, that's totally Sam Raimi. Like he has that. Like, man, Marvel did a great job with hiring him, and they're saying like that they might bring John Krasinski as. Imagine John Krasinski being the director of Fantastic Four and being Mr. Fantastic.
hey,
That'll be
he
that'll
did
be
it.
cool. And I think,
He did it in Quiet Place, and
yeah, yeah,
he was good in Quiet Place. Um, and then the ending with introducing us to Clea, that was incredible because that means that Doctor Strange 3 is coming. That's
yeah.
confirmed with the ending. And if you guys don't know who Clea is the niece of the Dormammu that we seen in Doctor Strange 1. When she opened the portal, that portal was the dark universe,
The Dark Realm,
the
yeah, the
dark
Dark
realm.
Universe.
And in the comic books, Clea is Doctor Strange's wife.
Amazing. I love it. I love
And
it.
then who did they
And
bring as Clea? One of the finest actresses that I have to say is Charlize Theron. She is beautiful.
I was so happy that it was like, dang, that's a great casting. That's a great casting.
That's a great casting. And so I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what the future
Mhm.
is gonna be.
Yeah, especially the third eye, like especially the third eye because like I thought it was pretty cool seeing like him obtaining the third eye, like because Wong asked him, "Oh, like, do you think that there's any effects from you holding the dark strange?" He's like, "No, no, none at all." And then he screams at the end, like, "Ah!" And then the third eye pops up, and then you see him like later on in the credits, in the ending credits, like him with the third eye. It looks like he has control of it by then. It looks like it was a little while between
Yeah.
then and then. So I'm interested to see like how much more powerful this guy got.
Again, and I know that we're almost at the end, but another VFX thing that I loved was two parts. Was when he finished the wedding and the little red scarf when he took out the scarf, it turned into the cape.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he did that at the end with the cape being his scarf. And when he took out the scarf, it turned into the cape, and he was like, that's when his eye opened. He was like, "Let's do it." And I can't wait because do you think this is gonna lead into what everybody think that's gonna lead into like the Secret Wars?
Oh, I hope so, man. But that's gonna require for Marvel to do a whole lot of exploration. Like I'm talking about years. Like we won't probably see a Secret Wars movie in like 10, 15 years from now. But think about it. Secret Wars, bro. Which Secret Wars are you talking about? Because
There's
there's the
two,
one that
yeah,
I like. The one that I like. The one that I like is the one where it's between the two different universes. When it's
yeah.
between, that's the one that I like.
And I know that they're already bringing a show of Secret Wars with Nick Fury. But that's the Secret Wars when um the alien race um How do you call them? Oh my god,
The green ones, dang, not the Kree,
no, not the
the
Creed.
scroll, the
The
scroll.
scroll. When the scroll becomes, they take the bodies of everybody else, and then
Yeah, yeah.
and I think that's gonna be the Secret War that's coming into the show. But if in the future, man, they're gonna spend $1 billion hiring actors, because that's gonna be like a full out. Maybe that's gonna be like the Secret War is gonna be the end of the MCU.
No, I think the MCU is gonna be around for a good while.
Yeah, we still have
I don't.
X-Men and we still have, but yeah, I give it, my personally, I'm giving it a 9.5. From a 1 to 10. I think it was such a great movie. It was such a great experience, and especially like you said in the beginning, going to the movie theater and watching in the movie theater was such a great experience, especially for this movie. Sam Raimi, director of it. I think that Marvel should keep Sam Raimi in the resume, and I think they are, just because I think Sam Raimi will be a good adaptation if they bring another Ghost Rider. I think Sam Raimi for a Ghost Rider movie would be awesome, because he has this, his this horror background, and I think Ghost Rider is
Perfect. Yeah,
perfect for that. So,
yeah. I
what
agree.
what do
I
you think?
agree. I think that this movie was great. I loved it. I don't know in terms of a rating. I think it. Man, it's
The
hard.
truth, the
I would
truth.
say, I would say it's a 8.5 for out of 10 for me, because of just the I thought that Vision should have showed up, but maybe Wanda doesn't need Vision. I think maybe Wanda
I
doesn't
don't
need Vision,
think
but
I don't
but
think Wanda needs anybody.
yeah, I don't think Wanda needs anybody.
Everybody,
But
everybody be asking us one question: Who is the most powerful Avengers in the MCU?
Wanda.
We just proved it. Wanda. We just proved it. Ah, Thanos.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Even
No,
even
Wanda.
Infinity War, Wanda almost. If it wasn't for him saying shoot the guns, Wanda would have ripped him apart in Infinity
Yeah,
War.
yeah, yeah,
So yes,
yeah.
she is
I
the
like,
most powerful.
yeah, but like I was saying, like, I think I give it a 8.5 out of 10. I loved it, and I can't wait to see more of what is gonna happen in
Ugh.
these new phases of Marvel. But man, I think that's it for us, man. I think I'm gonna take it away.
All right. Go
All right,
ahead.
man. Yeah, man. Thanks everyone for listening to another episode of the Comic Guys podcast. Again, man, we're reaching almost our 20th episode. I can't wait for
Whoop,
that.
whoop.
So just make sure that you are always tuning in with us every Friday here on any wherever you listen to your podcast. And just make sure that you follow us on social media, and check out our YouTube for everything. I really enjoyed this conversation. This was great. Danny, before we take it away, you got anything to say before we go?
Well, I have to say that thank you guys for always tuning in for us and giving us support. And we want to grow this community with you guys. So we really do appreciate you guys coming through. And like Kevin said, make sure you guys visit all our socials: TikTok and Instagram, Twitter and YouTube, and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go ahead and subscribe to us and follow us and give us the support. We always ask you guys if you guys have any questions or any recommendations that you guys want us to talk about. Feel free to leave us comments. We are always happy to talk about whatever you
Yeah,
guys talk about, because this is what we do. It. We do this for you guys to experience what we experience and feel what we feel when we
man.
talk about this.
That's why I love it, man. You always we always think about the fans, especially you. You've been doing this for longer than me, man, and I can't wait until we see more of this and just continue doing this, because we're reaching our 20th episode, but definitely it's not going to be our last one, and we're going to
Oh
keep on
no,
going.
20 episode anniversary is coming. We're gonna do something really cool. Um, we're gonna have to
What
one
should we
day.
do? Wait, what should we do?
Let's ask our geekers.
Yeah,
Geekers,
let's ask
if you
them.
guys have any suggestions for what we should do for our 20th anniversary,
Our
Maybe
20th,
we
not our 20th anniversary.
another
Maybe
20 other
120. Think of
20.
anniversary means year. You mean you mean our 20th episode
Our
celebration
20th
celebration.
episode celebration. If you guys have any recommendation, please feel free to let us know. Um, and also, maybe we do a live version of it. What do you think? We could do
Yeah,
it.
that'll
We
be
could do it. We could do it on my Twitch, Angel Comics. We could do a
man, I
live
don't know.
version.
I don't know about that. Unless I want to hear my dog bark sometimes, then
It's
hey,
okay. Everybody
do
have
it.
dogs.
Hey man,
Maybe
sometimes I wish
he wants to be
I
part
wish
of it.
only if he talked like Rocket, that would be pretty cool. Like, hey, come on the show.
But if he
But
talks like
man, thanks.
Rocket, you're gonna be rich. Let me just tell you
That-
that.
man, thanks again. Thanks everyone for joining us for another episode. We'll see y'all next time.
All right, geekers. Peace.